UVa-Wise men's basketball head coach Blake Mellinger. Coach, playing a tough, nationally ranked LMU squad tonight. Really looks like they were out to play good basketball after 2 straight losses. What do you tell your guys there at halftime when they come out clicking on all cylinders and shooting, I think 67% in the first half?
It's tough. Obviously it wasn't our best half, the first half there, but they definitely had a lot to do with that. They really just overpowered us in every area of the game. The second half, I thought we did some decent things that that allowed us to start playing a little better. But man, that's a good team. There's a reason why they were in the national championship game last year. It's a good learning lesson for our guys to see. One thing we do realize, they definitely exposed some areas that really we needed to be exposed in, I guess, so we can we can improve in those. But they were tough to handle, from top to bottom.
When you come out against a team like LMU that's got some size advantage on UVA-Wise, how do you come out? Obviously, you gotta make some outside shots, and Cavs really not getting much to fall their way here tonight. Second half was a little bit better. What are some other things you got to do better?
Yeah, you can't give up. You can't get out rebounded 55-28, and I don't necessarily say that because it was a lack of effort on our part. Like, they were just so big. There were a lot of times we had bodies on people, and we just could not get them out of the lane. So obviously that's a big deal. And again, you can't let anybody shoot 57% and expect to win, from an offensive standpoint. I thought there were times, like different stretches, particularly in the second half, where we defended them decently in the half court, but they got way too much in transition. And then, they just have a lot of weapons. They had got like Deshaun Patterson came in off the bench, who hadn't really even been playing a lot for them, and scores 19 points, goes 6 for 8 from the field, 5 for 6 from the 3-point line. So it's got so many weapons. You can't key in on 1 or 2 guys like most teams. He kind of has an army over there.
Definitely not the way you want things to go, but at least it does give you a chance to, for some guys to get some playing experience. One in particular, Darren Bellardo, comes in. He was able to score for the first time in his career, actually first time he stepped on the court. We also got Ethan Driscoll able to get 12 minutes of playing time, kind of get used to the field, and then he was able to score for the first time as well. How important is that for those guys here early in the season when you look come February or January?
Yeah, it's huge for the later in the season when it comes down to when it really matters, when we really get heavy into conference play, because we're going to need that to develop our bench and to play a little deeper than we've been able to in the past. And I think that's a capability we have. I think we've got some guys that maybe just quite aren't there yet, but we hope by late December, early January they will be. So it's good to get those guys minutes. Obviously you'd like to do so in a in a little better situation where there's something on the line as opposed to a 30 or 40 point game. But at the same time, neither one of those guys really had any game experience, so it's good. It's good to see them come out and at least compete. Against especially against a team like that.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Coach, and good luck Wednesday against West Virginia Wesleyan.
Thank you.